Fordi da vi spillede mod jer, der havde I en god start.
Vi havde en rigtig god start. Altså, vi var 90-3, og så er vi 130-35 år langt, og har stadigvæk 16 år til nu.
Jeg kom til at sige, nej, I står nede på ordet. Jeg kom lige senere, så sagde han, I spiller 50 år, så var men alt prøvede bare at... Ja, og i slutstillingen, så tæller den ikke så længe. Det er kun
procent.
Men jeg ved ikke, vi tager en time, og vi vinder over så rettet.
Fordi jeg har 2.
Og så er det 3 point. Så vi har virkelig noget at spille for det.
Jeg synes, at træner vores mesterskab.
Prøv at starte med det. Welcome back to Closer Cricket Club, and we are now started off with the second semi-final between Skanderborg and Svanholm. The climate is a little overcast, wind coming in, but Svanholm have already started off on a good footing. 4 runs coming up already. And in the comms box, I have Denmark legend Dr. Aftab Ahmed. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you very much, Mojo. Lovely to team up with you for this second semi-final between the finalists of the previous 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many years, Svanholm and Skanderborg. It's going to be an exciting match. Looking forward to it.
Indeed.
So we got Skanderborg won the toss, wanted to bowl first. Sent in Svanholm with Musa and Wahab opening as usual.
Sanders from the far end. Between the wickets there. Svanholm started off quite well.
It's going to be interesting to see the approach of the batters here. Are they going to take a few? It's just like KB did against Gloucester, still ended up posting 200 plus. Or are they going to attack straight forward? Because you know the strength of the Skanderborg winning lineup also. So I think both teams actually don't know what's a good pass score here. You know, obviously the previous match, Gloucester got rolled over. But these two teams are pretty even and has a lot of history.
That.
The conventional field Fano, deep square leg, third man. Nicely glided down to the third man for 1. First still ends with 6 without a loss of wicket. So what do you take? Who do you think has the upper hand in this game?
A little difficult because both teams are quite strong. They do have a lot of history on their side. So definitely, it's going to be an evenly contested match.
I had a brief chat with Risman before the game, and he said we haven't met Svanholm in a semi-final for so many years. We've only met them in the finals. So he was actually looking forward to this. And as you can see, the crowd is still here. The Gloucester boys, the KB boys, waiting who's their opponent tomorrow. So Nikolai will share the opening with Anis.
Not giving any width to the batter. A ball. Good approach. Tall guy. Dropping the ball right in front of the batter.
Okay. Put down one-handed to the left side of Rizwan, the captain. And it's just in and out. Off his hand. So first chance given. And put down.
Put down, and also
I think it's the hand which he has a fracture on. Because his finger is fractured. He got it taped up by me before the match.
He's lying down, face down.
Yeah, I just gotta assess him.
So we just had Dr. Alfie running out to the middle. This one was lying face down a little bit. Probably as Alfie said, this one had a fractured finger. Things seems to be sorted out. My co-commentator is walking back to the comms box after having attended to Swan. Seems to be all right at the moment. Probably get a first-hand report when he's back. So what happened out there?
So he actually got his straight on his fractured finger, the one I bandaged before the game. So the impact on his hand was severe painful, and he's still feeling it. But obviously, when you have a fractured finger, you actually can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
He fractured it a week ago, so the fracture hasn't healed. And with this impact, it's not looking good. So he has to hide himself in the field now. As he steps out there. There's this overcover for four. So with that four, the slip goes out straight away.
They did take that one, but good call.
We saw it in the previous match, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Second over, Gloucester opening, ran each other out, chasing 200. You needed a strong opening, and Sebastian and Dinesh has scored the majority of the runs, and they just, with the loss of the wicket in the power plays, they were just rolled over.
I don't think anybody else contributed to that innings there.
Tough chasing 200 plus, and then losing more than 4 or 5 wickets in the power play, you're done and dusted. Got overcast during the first game. It was bright and sunny. Now it's quite windy actually, so you have to have that in your considerations also with the wind factor, especially bowling your spinners. Skanderborg pretty heavy spin bowling side.
Er der nogen, der passer tavlen? Okay. Bare der er noget. Der står 6 minutter. Det er jo.
Mic picking up all the disturbances happening around.
That's the top edge, which runs to third man and goes through. Can't really do anything about that.
No, so is it Omar who's the wicketkeeper for Skanderborg this year, or is he just standing in for somebody?
Yeah, well, Skanderborg had quite a few keepers the previous years. If you remember, they had Tor last season. I think he switched sports. He wants to do something else.
Okay.
And this season, Rizzi has kept, and Shamsiv has kept, and now Umar is keeping. But Umar's done it before.
Okay.
I think it's quite a few years ago he did it. And obviously, Monty was left the team, was their keeper number 1.
So Monty's playing out in the Netherlands now. Right?
Monty's playing in BFC in the Netherlands and he's doing a good job. He just scored an unbeaten 50-60, I think, in the previous weekend to take his side home. And there goes Musa cross towards Cal corner with Christian Peck. Collects it and throws it in. 2 more to the total. Got to remember, Musa's coming from an unbeaten 200 plus. There you go. Steps down the wicket. Points it. The Cal corner for 6. The previous national team coach Jeremy Bray used to say, scoring is a habit. You have to say he's in a good form.
He got behind that ball quite well. So,
but it also shows, this Gloucester wicket isn't the most pacey wicket. It's a pneumatic. It's gonna stop. So you can't just go and throw your bat. You have to assess it. And that's just what he's done. It's a good quick single. The running between the wicket has always been one of the things that Svanholm do very well. Young and athletic cricketers.
Especially when they do play on their home ground, which is quite big, and running between the wickets and running those threes. There's more threes in their game than you'd probably find in any other match.
True that.
So that's the end of the third over. Svanholm at 25 for no loss. Musa on 14 and Wahab on 10.
Shinjiv's gone to cover, And Rizzy's gone to 45. Still have a cow corner and longer. There you go. Once again across the wicket. With the wind into the trees. 6 move for Musa. He's on the attack.
Attack. 6 more to the score. Svanholm 31.
Well controlled. No fielder in the deep there. The umpire's just taking the ball after the inside of the hat on the tree.
Run rate is just around 9. Projected score of 128.
Like that. Quicker one. 2 to cover and single taken.
Home there.
Misses, fumbles, and an easy one becomes a 2.
That's the sort of pressure you need to put on the fielding side as well, so to get those valuable runs on the board.
And as we see a bowling change, looks like Suryan Arndt will replace Anaspulo in the far end. He goes with a long line and a cow corner.
Marshalled around.
It's an interesting field. There's no one square of the wicket. We don't have a square leg, we don't have a fine leg, we don't have a deep square leg. So Surya cannot bowl on the wicket on the pads.
Consistent line length here. If you set an strong offside field, unless also decide to.
Now, out to question, ball short. So the point nearly right. The raindrops in the air.
Yes, there's a little drizzle.
Now comes the field change because Wahab loves to play that over scoop shot. As the wind is increasing and the rain is increasing, it might be a short delay. Pretty soon. How about that?
I starten var det meget godt. I starten var det meget godt. Nu hørte man her næsten slet ikke.
Nice. Defended. I think you can hear it through the mic. That's the wind that's increasing.
Quite windy, picking up, and that's also the reason why we have a boom mic, because you can actually hear stuff out in the middle.
So we said, the screen, 4 runs. the music goes off here in Swanholm's Park. But every time the batters have charged down, they've actually got something out of it, which shows that you have to be aware of your length. We see another field change. Long goes to Cow, and Cow goes to deep square. For regular mid-on.
Strike close. No edge there. Going safely to Omar's hands. So that was good. Ready to wrap.
Down the wicket again towards Nikolai. And it's taken. Cuts it straight to point, and the ploy worked. This takes the catch a point. And first wicket falls. It's Musso has to leave. 22 of 13. Yeah, Mojo. It just stuck into the wicket. It didn't come. Mess moves in. Coming from a fresh 100 against AB. Did it? Yeah. Yes.
Whistle isn't getting heavy, but probably it's visible on screen that there's the wind that's bringing in some rain. Umpires are probably now consulting each other in terms of should they continue play.
It's steady, and they've decided to play on, I think. Wahab isn't amused. He wants to go out, and off we go. So the covers have to come off on. Nikolai doesn't understand anything of this. And to be fair, it's just a drizzle.
I remember some years ago where KB was supposed, I think, was playing against Svanholm, and then it was raining. I mean, there was not a single ball bowled. It was the 50-over game. But then I think both teams sort of decided that safety was more important for the players, because it can get a little.
The thing is, it's actually stopped raining now. There's a slight drizzle, and Skanderborg aren't leaving the field actually. And the covers haven't been brought on.
quite interesting.
I don't understand this.
Play stoppage, but no covers coming on. So
Yeah.
what is it that we're going to protect or save?
It's all mind games, Mojo. You know it. It's all mind games.
Definitely. At least the forecast doesn't say much other than the fact that it's supposed to be cloudy.
And here comes the Thomas event. Stop raining. And even the Glasgow boys who are hosting this event are asking the umpires, "Are you sure you want the covers on?" And the umpire tells them, "Yes, put it on." And now he says, "Stop." It's quite a circus, this.
Just looking at weather forecast, doesn't say rain. It's just saying cloudy. So probably this should blow over in some time because it is quite windy, so it should clear up.
And now they're pushing the covers back off the ground.
So Skanderborg players have just stayed on the field. Looking at the weather forecast, there isn't barely any clouds, or it is any rain clouds. So where's this coming from then? Quite interesting, I would say.
The thing I don't understand, Mojo, is if we're having a delay because of rain, why aren't we protecting the wicket? Either you play or you don't play. And if you don't play, you protect the wicket. The umpires are having a discussion with the third umpire.
I'll be very good on delay. Just look at the scorecard so far. That's where this was ended 17 to 16. So it's a fairly good start. The end of 5 overs. Bowling scorecard. Honest Bureau going for 20 from his 2 overs. Surya taking that 1 wicket in his first over.
Plus, we see that the umpires are coming back on the field and trying this to resume shortly.
Not much of a stoppage there, but stoppages like this can also be positive and negative in the sense that if you're in really good flow with the ball or with the bat, that stoppage can sometimes play out negatively because you lose your focus.
It just looked necessary, to be honest. Like, half the Skanderborg squad didn't leave the field.
Because the moment they start walking, they stop raining. So
Play is set to resume. We are 40 for 1 after 5. 1 over left of the power play. Nico Bull is third. That's just joined after Musa got caught in point. The power still there unbeaten on 17. Down he goes, over cover, vacant area, 4 runs. And got back finally because 45, which was vacant for 2.
Looking for 3. Last was already ready to run that third one, but good. I don't think you need to take risks at this point in time. Proceedings are moving ahead fairly well. Seemed quite close. At least Nikolai thought that there must have been more pad than that, but doesn't seem so.
So here comes Mascot's first play.
So that light drizzle, the grass is wet, so which means that you can slide quite fast to get to the ball. So there's some advantages there, definitely.
Gets himself some room towards point, gets a single, gets off the mark, get that shot.
Where the clarity of the sound, that the conversations that you have out in the middle, which you normally wouldn't hear, the boom mic is actually picking all that up. So any disturbances that you have around due to the wind is also kind of enhanced. That can create a little bit of disturbance for the viewers.
So at the end of the power play, it's 48 for 1. Both teams would take that.
Trans coming off that last over. So it was only the third over where it was a little expensive, but it's kind of all keeping it fairly tight. So 8 runs is the current run rate. 160 is what's being projected.
The field spreads out. With a deep point, long off, long on cow, and deep square leg. 45.
To Mass. That line there, giving a little width to Mass.
makes himself a bit of room again. That's actually a sweeper. For one, throw not precise. Chris, backed up by Riz.
How has it been? You played Skanderborg for some years, and then now you're playing with Eastboy. How does that feel?
Obviously, played for Skanderborg for 2 years, won 2 2020 championships with the Skanderborg side. Went to the ECL and had the pleasure of that. And now back to Zealand. The travel to West. It's a long journey, Mojo. You know that.
It is always tough
But yeah,
doing that on a weekly basis. Especially playing high level of cricket there, and the travel takes its toll as well.
Shinji has a shot. Is it the last Pakistan? Doesn't hit. But yeah, we're closing towards an exciting end to all the competitions, to be fair. This T20 finals week this week. And with 1 week to go before the 50 over tournament also goes to the conclusion with the championship and the relegation, where all 4 teams for both competitions already have been decided. It's just a matter of the points you take through. Or a chip to Kami, falls short. And you can just see of the reaction of Mas there that he also is finding this wicket a bit difficult, a bit too paced. Just doesn't get onto the bat. Going just down towards Peck and California. The fumbles, they go for second. And Maggot comfortably has almost shattered all the stumps.
Maybe that a good sign. Svanholm going on. Quite important to
Pretty standard field by Shenji also with the 5 boundary riders. And that's to point, and another wicket falls to the point fielder. This time it's Akil who takes the catch. Cut it straight into his hands.
So that goes for 27 from 23. coming in while the new batter walks in. The sky is slowly clearing up. Good to see blue skies, a couple of gray clouds around, but looks like the wind's going to push it out. Should have sun again.
Good. But the umpire doesn't think it's the same as me, since you cannot believe it. He started celebrating just as it hit the pad.
Made that one because they were busy. At least they hoped that the wicket was theirs.
Play to West. They won. Maybe some shot from now. So I can find the pillar. The next this time I just four. Protecting the leg.
It's over. Svanholm was 60 for 2. Five. Wicket. Giving away 12 runs in his 2 overs.
Two.
Very see the running between the wickets, putting the pressure on the fielding side as well.
That's the shot. 45 to my wicket. Just to close that gap, which Matt's just exploited. A risky run gets from G to point, but he gets there in the end. this. Not having a 45 and going on to the stumps, you can have an issue. These are two. Stick the through.
Quite a bit of spectators in watch the game today. That's also quite normal. If you look at the pitches around Denmark, there's always these pitches that have these unexpected zones in which they either pop up or stay flat out, keeping it quite low. Neat over, I would say, just giving away just 5 runs there. Svanholm have moved to 65. Lost 2 wickets at the end of 9 overs. Mass on 8 and Abdullah on 6. CG continue from the county button.
Skanderborg, TV will be happy with this, going to run a ball at this stage. As we near the halfway mark of this inning.
Even in the first game with between KB and Glostrup, KB was going slow in the first 10, and then sort of stepped on it in the last 7 or so. It's going over 15 runs at least and over. So
yeah, ball of the wicket of Kuda. It's a game-changing inning by Saf. Just came out, smashed 40 odd of 14, 15 balls. And from that, the momentum just took off. Hamid joined in, got 100, well deserved, and booked the place for the final. The fielders are happy with the effort of Kam yet long off. That's mass guess too. Mass gift inside the room and just that 2 quarter for 4. And at the halfway stage, we are 75 for 2.
to 16 from 15 and still there's 8 to 9.
going to be Chris from the far end, replacing Thuya. We still haven't seen Christian Pick and Gio. With that math beaten by the slower one,
Also kept quite low.
missed the leg stump.
Yes.
Again, who's before?
Only wait here. Didn't be bowling. Didn't do the batter that sort of quick. Widely done. First batsman got it for the boundary. That's now going to 20. Stick to get these boundaries in under your name. Builds up your confidence. Seven runs so far coming in this over. The projected score is projected score now around 152. Very, very straight. Under 8. Hopefully we should see some pressure.
The deeper these two can take it, the more freedom the rest of the team gets. So I have the captain Jonas in the high. You have Bilal, you have Adam, you have Said, our young guys. As Shinji takes on his title.
Got a fairly long lineup. Batters yet to come, so hopefully they will start backing the ball around the park, getting some much needed boundaries. Right, get to it. Quick single. Abdullah strike.
Off the line. If the action goes towards 45, and it takes up to
the fourth now. Still quite a bit of wind. You can see the clouds drifting in the sky. So I think the wind did its job of pushing those rain clouds away.
Final one. Quick for contact. It's two. Yeah, I don't know. Cricket and it's Friday month. That one. This over ends with 5 after 12, 88 for 2.
From the
Fielder. Charging down the wicket. No pace on this delivery. Flips it off his hips. Struck to something. It's Alan replacing Wes. He's 22 of 19 with 2 pulls.
the 3 wickets that have fallen have all scored 20 plus. So that's actually quite good.
They've got the start, but just haven't really probably might reflect that.
Exactly, and they need to now, if they need a decent total, they need to step on the gas now to get those ones on board. The ones and twos are not enough. If you want to beat
The defending champions.
Southern is also mature as a player. Goes online.
Definitely have. Who was long after 1? You gotta praise the Skanderborg bowling 3 extras, 2 leg byes, 1 bye. So not getting anything really Svanholm here.
He's got to work hard on this.
card. No question picks that up. Keeps it to 1. Nishan backs. Former Svanholm player Nishan Shah. Moved to Skanderborg for this season.
He took your place in Skanderborg.
To be honest, he actually was wearing my jersey. So you can actually say he's taken my spot.
That was interesting to see players move around through the season.
And again, misses it completely. And you can see the intent. The intent of let's.
The end of the 13th over. No,
A few games this season due to a knee injury just made a return. He's a go-to guy for Rizwan. Whenever he needs something, he gives the ball to a kid.
We need some quick wickets here, and Svanholm needs more runs on the board. Because right now the run rate has dropped to the low 7, looking at score 140, under 140. So these last 7 overs are quite critical for Svanholm to start scoring.
Another fumble by Travis. Could have been a single, becomes a 2.
There's also good thinking with the batters, keeping the eye on the field, and they saw the misfield and they capitalized on that. Well, that's quite key. So for something that we tell youngsters and you're coaching them to keep your eye on the fielder, what are they doing with the ball? Study the fielder, understand what the strong points are. Does the fielder have a good arm to throw in?
This one up. 1 to a slow one. Lovely play by Redmond. That's the step to the offside and plays it over the wake and deep square leg area. Goes away for 4. मोड़ने बेचता मैं लेफ्ट साइड काम करना है doesn't make a field change. Will we do it again? Oh, let's cut that, gets an outside edge. Surely 2, maybe 3. They settle for 2. So you can just feel the urgency in the batting for them. Like he wants to make some strong shots. And that's what Svanholm need at the moment. They need to put up a respectable total that they might defend later on.
If they're trying to turn the pressure around.
He completely misses that.
It was fun.
No. Keel gets off for 9 in his first over. With 6 overs to go. 7 wickets in hand. What will Svanholm like to set the opposition up a target here? 150, 750. Area.
More than that. I mean, considering it's Skanderborg have got good, strong batters in there, you need to put a fairly big total on the board if you want to put the pressure on the Skanderborg when they're there. Space coming in from the park end.
So got the box safe until it gets 2. We've been a simple catch for 45, but they have persisted with bowling without a 45. As Svanholm crossed the 100 after 14.1. He's cleaned him up. Straight onto the stumps. Plays cross-batted shot. And what the interesting thing here with 6 minutes to go, Jonas just coming in to talk with Adan. Jonas got padded up. Said Ale. And that's
Fireworks, but probably be coming in now. Very bad. But again, another double digit, so another 20 from Abdullah. So it's quite nice to see the Svanholm batting card here. Everybody's 20 plus. So Svanholm innings.
gets off the mark. Gets under it and puts it down. Normally a guy with very safe pair of hands. It was in here for ages. Just look uncomfortable on the deck as Adan gets away.
This could be that he tries to pay. If Adan goes on and continues to put on a big score.
And that's the first one.
That side. Not a difficult call for the umpire. Drop and wonder. The end of the 15th over.
That has been the case now. So 15 overs gone. 9 boundaries, 2 sixes.
This rate, the one rate of return run rate of 7, looking at 140. I don't think that's a big enough total to challenge Skanderborg, unless Svanholm come in and get a couple of good quick wickets.
They need to start like KB had, but I think we're gonna see some fireworks here. It's 5 overs to go. Gotta target this over. Gotta get the momentum going. Rajasthan, Rastami again. Doesn't mess us around this time around. Come on, Usaid. Robinson strike. Oh, advances down the wicket and then trying to upset the line of the ball. Roy's Costa.
Has taken 17 from his 3 overs. With the use for 3, I simply
The fumble in the outfield. Yes. Noise gets 2 out. Express delivery. And an over from here gets them to 150.
instead of 16 overs, 111 for 5. Svanholm. The run rate is dropped to below 7. Played on 3 and Lowe's on 3 as well. While another 4 overs left. With the lower run rate and not many boundaries coming through, it looks like we're looking at a target of 140. And at these last 4 overs can bring in a couple of boundaries, big ones. So he's back in the attack from the back end. Here they just one there.
Possible to defend a low total here in Gloucester. If you bowl discipline, if you have the backup of the fielders, it is possible to defend a below par target.
It's also quite important that when the bowlers are bowling right length, keeping it very tight. If you're going to give width to the batter, then obviously it's staggers and runs the flow.
To what? Lesson pick. Who doesn't make it? And they get run up chance at the bowler's end.
Little safe. Far away.
That's fantastic, Ryan, getting a 3 on that. Towards Custom Peg again. Carl, he's been busy today. Not bold, surprisingly. Baby boys just wandering beside us. Ready for the final tomorrow? Over number 17, Svanholm 1, 17 for 5. Get 6 of this over. 3 overs to go. Gotta break the shackles.
There's only been one more over, which was the 10th typically Titanians at that. And so it's been on the 10. So I would commend the bowlers in the times. They've done a job fairly well, 2 overs to go. Some fibers.
The way they have been batting, it's been a bit conservative. I think to get a boundary and over, you could still get 10 and over from here, which would get them towards 150. But if one of these get clicked, could it be even more? But they gotta give their bowlers a chance. Because we know the firepower that Skanderborg possesses with Nikolaj, Sanjeev, Riz, Cam. I can keep naming them.
Det er samme som Nikolaj. Når han rammer, og han rammer, så er det med. Den vej, der er ja, så vi kigger på vejen nu, ikke? Men det er stadig skuespiller. Han slår med det. Kaser på, holder meget langsomt og holder på.
Afterwards, Zish and Kami's gonna land. Oh. Landed a few yards from Zish. They get 2.
I think the Svanholm batters are trying hard to connect batch the ball over the boundary, but
This one goes out to four corner. And it's picks it up. So they got 5 off the first 4 balls. The boundary here, it's a 10 over. I think that's what they have to look forward to.
Ja, den har vej. Skal vi finde der så stærkt?
Yeah. He loves it. Let's see. That's that. Is Nikolai getting under it? He takes it safely. Maybe not such a bad result for Svan on that. Say are struggling a bit. 5 of 9. The next one to come in will be Billard. He's padded up. Maybe he's next. Chris clearly has been the surprise here. He's bowled well. 2 for 17 off 3, and he's gonna close the park end. Former chairman, Skanderborg. Musician, has his own band.
it's always nice to hear these little inside stories of players and what they do every year and what they do during free time when they're not playing cricket.
That's it. Too much stage start. You just wait, you can run. It's a great start to the over by Moise. Clean him up. The up's done. Balls together.
So that is in the middle. On you. I think Chris is going to pick up the bowlers today for Skanderborg. The second 3 for 21. Big wide. This is off the mark. That was signal leg by. That's going to the extras.
That towards cow, Russian Jeep stands, takes it, and gone. So they changed Christian pick, removed him from the cow, put Sanjeev out there, and it takes it safely. 8 down, Svanholm. Might be hold out within the 20 overs here. That's like it. As Chris gets his 4. Blir nagen i vei. Er det nogle rettigheder? YouTube og sådan noget? Så lukker det hele spillet.
Lige for 22.
Batting is Mr. Clean.
Nicely driven to cover.
This foul from Chris, 4 for 23 from his quota of 4. 2 wickets coming in that last over. 7 runs, never left, but tidy bowling.
He has been bowling magnificently today. To be honest, the Skanderborg bowlers have bowled to the plan. Wicket to wicket, let the ball do the talking, turned, backed up with some good fielding, a few occasional drops. But restricting Svanholm to 130 for 8 after 19, I think the captain will be pretty happy and satisfied.
Skanderborg have done well restricting the Svanholm innings. Still tight, good bowling.
Superior, but isn't. Bit lazy by Keel that.
Rather shy of the stumps. Plenty of him, indeed backing up there.
22. Easily done.
Legit. Balls left in this innings.
Planas, who supported fundament. Especially the runs there. 3 balls to go. 134. One towards wrist.
Go igen. 135. 140.
Still looking for a 140 target.
Could be good. Yes, they're easily. 4 coming up. Sweep set towards Cow and 6 runs. A fantastic end to the inning. Svanholm pushed the score up towards 143, setting Skanderborg a target at 144. Must you taken this, Mojo? Who's the favorite? Who's more satisfied?
I think Skanderborg had done quite well. Just taking Spanning guys. Seeing to head
Use a lot of balls to get to their 20s, which makes me feel that Svanholm are 15 short.
definitely short. I mean, we really didn't see Svanholm put the pressure in the field. They just wanted to go. It's finding quite difficult to get runs. Breaking down this. The ball is there. As well. One. So 140 was around the target that I sort of looked at. And that's around where the root.
10 minutes break, and the chase will begin for Skanderborg. It's going to be interesting what approach Nicola's going to have. It's going to open with Zishan, I was told. It's going to be interesting. We'll be back shortly. What's up? That was fun. Right? Thanks, good. I might join you tomorrow also.
live coverage.
I can feel it.
Starting the proceedings here.
There we go, Mojo. Second inning to begin. Nikolai facing up towards Jonas. Nishan on striker's end. We got a cow. We got. And there you go. First chance, pulling for it, running towards it. Takes it. Looking like a danger man goes for a duck. Second ball. So three fielders were running towards that. Wahab pulled it straight away and it went straight into his hands. Big wicket. Big setback for Skanderborg.
Into the other fielder. But it ended well. So Skanderborg now.
Sanjeev enters. The best start that Svanholm could have hoped for. Putting a 1-4-3 target on the board and getting out the danger man. The man who can take away the game within a few overs.
Quick wickets. And then Svanholm back in the game. Moment. Skanderborg need 144. Less than 8 and over needed, considering the batting lineup that Skanderborg have. It is definitely doable.
Leaned into that. Slept them up 42. Nice little shot.
On the board. Yes, from the Martins. 10 minutes back.
Charging down the wicket.
Start by Svanholm.
3-4-1.
3 runs coming off that over. Good bad bowling by Jonas. Let's hope he continues to keep the pressure on.
So Belal to shoot the attack for Jonas. Surprised not to see Mess. But then again, a good card to have in your back pocket for later.
Definitely.
Back from Cindy. First ball after charging down the wicket. Doesn't connect. That's also straight up into the and put down. Went straight through the hands of the fielder. Would you imagine getting Sanjeev and Nikolai out within the first 2 overs? That would have been the dream scenario for Svanholm. But this one goes straight through the hands of Moise. 45.
Let's hope it's not going to be a costly mistake of putting Sanjeev on that one.
The bowlers need the backup of the fielders. Defending a below par target at this wicket, this ground, your catching and your fielding has to be with you. Even this time, running down the wicket and missing out. You think Skanderborg are batting way too aggressive here? It's not the same approach of, if you look at KB previously today, very measured in the power play. They had to set a target, obviously, but here you know what your target is. So you can take time with the lengthy batting lineup you got.
Exactly. You don't need to take any risks here, especially when the required rate is below 8.
He's run himself high. He called for it himself. Played a little dab towards mid wicket. And that's just, I can't even call that for a suicidal run. That was never there.
Exactly. As we just touched upon before that ball, you don't really need to take that sort of risk at this stage. You got a fairly long lineup. It's a doable target. You just need 8 and over, under 8 and over. The ones and twos and the bat ball, that's the one that you need to send over the boundary. So this is again not so smart thinking.
Emergency account. So Oles told me he will find somebody to help you to pack it down. And I don't know what more, but I have to go there. You take it. You take it. You take it. You say it. I said on the apartment.
So after 2 overs, 6 for 2. Both openers back in the shed. Sanjeev and Surya in the middle.
The stage is running 11 for no loss. Skanderborg 6 for 2.
You have to continue. Surya facing up. So even though we felt that Svanholm might be 15-20 short of a par score, this beginning has done just what they needed. They needed this kind of a start.
When batters didn't do much, then
There's definitely a noise. Umpires unmoved.
still think that if in a quick couple of wickets that Svanholm can pick, then Skanderborg is under pressure. But for now, it's a doable, easy doable target for them. They got the bad back. I think maybe the plan was pretty much trying to hand over, rotate the strike, give Sanjeev. I mean, he's been in a little longer than Surya. But it's also about ensuring that Sanjeev is warm. He's not what we say, losing concentration and focus. Quite key to have that batter and strike.
That's for six. So Jonas throwing down the left side. And Sanjeev just picks it up against the wind. Clears the boundary by 20 meters.
This is exactly the thing that go with the ones and the twos, and then try to get the odd boundary here and there, when the pressure isn't there. But when you start doing those quick, crazy singles when it's really not needed, if you're fighting a total of 200, then yes, you need to go with every ball, but not in a game like this. And the owners are also getting a little bit of swing as well.
Oh, he got this cross breeze. Multiple assists. Lateral after ball with even more swing. That's this take. Back. Big grab by Wahab behind stumps.
Again, you can see that Surya is so eager to get off that he wasn't even looking where the ball went. Sanjeev did the right thing and stopping him from running any further. That's the end of the third over, and Skanderborg are 14-52. 30 from 17 overs. The problem rate is still under 8. About 70. Again from Sanjeev.
But a bit interesting. At the time,
Gotta go shy at the stumps. That would have been trouble. So nevertheless, 1 run to the total. A little behind at this point, but still no pressure on them. Fielder, football.
squaring for 1. Up towards 8.
You can see on the little one here. It's going to go behind.
Left a few forward. 2 left forwards. That's the ability change. Nice, you know, and the frustration is going to move. Not the best of start. Was target, but the score was not moving. And it's not coming onto the bat like it used to back in Skanderborg at home. Totally different playing conditions than what they're used to. Rocks back, pulls it towards Cow, where the fielder doesn't pick it, and gets an easy two.
The field was actually slow in moving.
It felt like he didn't pick it, like where the ball was, and they had to shout for him just to go run and collect the ball. Slow one straight. There's a shot at the stumps. That is safe inside the crease.
Do you think that Svanholm is missing a player like Saud?
Oh, definitely.
It's quite a handy player.
Has the all-round capabilities of playing with the bat, with the ball, has such energy in the field. It's a buzz around him. He gets the guys going even if Svanholm are behind the 8 ball. So I think Saud would have been an asset for this Svanholm's team. Going up. Jonas charging that. Takes that safely. As Surya goes. Went on to the back to try to point it towards the leg side. Didn't get it off the middle of the bat, and it goes to mid-on where Jonas takes a safe catch. And suddenly, 18 for 3 within the power play. In comes Anas Bülow.
He's another big hitter.
You see the scorecard, Mojo. You see the both openers going out for a duck. Nishan running himself out. And Surya 4 of 11.
Skanderborg line is fairly quite deep. So definitely. It was a good bowling change to bring those in.
That's to face off his first delivery. Down plus point.
That's the end of the fifth over. Skanderborg 18 for 3. Minus get the score. Sanjeev is on 14.
So the thing was, if you compare the team's totals after 5 overs, I think Swanham were 44 and Skanderborg chasing 144 are 18 for 3.
A little bit of trouble and with the 3 wickets that they've lost, but because the batting lineup is quite deep, I still believe that they, as long as the asking run rate isn't going up over 10, it's easily doable. It's just below 9 now.
That's takes a sense of Quick delivery. Umpire got interested. Run out. Umpire gives it out. Anas is furious at Sanjeev. Moved. Gets set.
It's down. So full. Quick wickets, not much happening with the bat there. Person who's made some runs is obviously Sanjeev. These two batters play sensibly. They should be getting across the line.
Thing is, Mojo, we've been talking about this deep batting lineup. They've lost 4 of them already. So the next in would be either Omar or Kamran. He hasn't had much of playing time. Gonna be a easy run chase from here.
Line from Bilal. Average got how much Skanderborg can score.
Right.
It's also good to see the youngsters in any sort of team, the youngsters slowly taking on responsibilities from senior players.
I think if you compare this Svanholm side with the side which won the championship, the 50-over contest around half the squad is new. So you gotta be impressed by what they're delivering at the moment. Unbeaten in the 50 overs competition. And the finalists in the T20, and at the moment, clearly in front of this game. At the end of the power play, it's 20 for 4, with the asking run rate creeping up towards 9.
Everyone's sending out Raul from Bilal. Sanjeev is on 15 and Advan for the first one. Skanderborg made 124 from 14 overs. Getting closer to 9 runs more than needed. Strike is coming in from the knocking 10. Apart from the drop catches, I think that the fielding has been quite good.
The guys are saying they can't really hear us. Our volume is so low.
That should improve.
single. Single through his one towards mid-on. Charging one on that. Abdullah in point, diving to his left, taking it both-handed. And half the Skanderborg squad gone for 21. They're in deep, deep troubles here, Mojo. Fantastic catch by Abdullah at point.
Comes Cameron Mahmood.
It's all happening here today. 5 wickets down. So the brothers are in the middle. Norris took him out.
These Mojo. These two gotta take their time, but the asking run rate is nearly 9.5.
It's creeping up as each ball goes on. A good solid innings from one or two players. Could see them through.
Another one falls short of the short third man, runs towards the third man boundary, and that's 4 runs for Cameron.
So welcome boundary. I think the fielder was Abdullah who dived forward, but the ball went through.
As we see spin introduced, it's going to be Said Alam.
Starting off with the dead ball.
That goes through at the right point. Go for the second. 2 runs via misfield, the point region. went back. Straight to point, wanted the single, can't send him back straight away. Would have been suicidal. We've already seen that today.
A couple of times, in fact. Right, it's good to put the pressure on the fielding side, but that shouldn't end up in a situation that you throw your wicket away. And what's quite important is that these two form a good partnership and then get the team across the line.
Easy single towards long one. And after 8, we're 28 for 5.
Common is on 4 and Rizwan is on 5. Skanderborg need another 116 from 12 overs. The asking rate is over 9.5. Slowly getting close to that 10-run mark per over. They definitely need boundaries in every over. So they had a boundary in the 3rd over, and then the next boundary came in the 7th. So Svanholm have done quite well in keeping the flow of runs. This is Mr. Keane to his run. Off that one. Easy single there.
Singles won't do it, Mojo.
Definitely not.
I think so, I'm happy. The longer this kind of batting continues, the more Skanderborg will actually get themselves out of this game. Someone has to take the attack to the position. Completely missed that. Crazy.
Fielders are quick to move in, putting the pressure on the batters.
As we speak, these dot balls have increased the required run rate to above 10 and over. Richardson takes a single towards cover.
It's the end of the 9th over. Skanderborg 31 for 5. Conran is on 5 and this round is on 7. This round 7 comes from 17 bowls. That's unless the injury is affecting him. He's just trying to anchor the innings there.
I actually talked to him. He said his gripping isn't hampered by the fracture.
Okay.
So he felt that his grip is as it used to be. Another dot.
The asking rate has gone up. It's getting closer to 10.5 now.
Single taken towards long on. You can just sense something's gonna happen. This can't keep going on for long now. Within 2 or 3 overs, we're talking about 13, 14 and over.
That's really going to put more pressure on the batters that come in after.
Pushes for 2. Sent back. Good awareness on the boundary. One towards long off. There is one. He takes one towards cover. And at the halfway stage where they're 35 to 5 with a required run rate of 10.9. Svanholm in the seat here. And coach after Bennett must be very happy at this moment.
They've done a good job in restricting Skanderborg here.
So Mr. Keen to continue. Kanye will be facing him. Nudges it towards Clara. No run on offer there.
The halfway stage. Svanholm
75 for 2.
75 for 2.
As I recall.
Yeah. Skanderborg 35 for 5, so quite a bit of pressure there.
Kanye takes one towards mid-wicket. Rizzi goes long and connects well for straight 6 over long off.
Umpire is waiting to hear from the fielder.
The signals are 4. And the spectators are saying that was a 6. Interesting. 2. And safely in camera. Slow ball towards the square egg for 1.
I'm surprised as well.
So 8 of this over. Still not enough. And Saeed will continue. Sweeps across towards far corner for 1.
Straight back to the bowler, top ball.
Kami goes towards Carroll. Well fielded for 1. You can sense the urgency in the batting. Maybe a bit too right. With the asking rate nearly creeping up towards 12. Full toss driven towards long off for 1.
So white cold.
Kami goes towards no 1. Outfielder by Abdullah for 1. Abdullah comes into the attack.
Skanderborg 48 for 5 after 12 overs. Conran is on 10 and Svanholm is on 18. Skanderborg need another 96 from 8 overs. The asking rate has now gone up over gone up around 12.
So Abdullah will go around the wicket for Cameron, who likes to sweep it with deep square leg, cow corner, low on in place. And he goes just to the right side of Jonas at mid wicket, gets a comfortable 2. One too long off by Kamran. As Rizzi goes towards the cover sweeper. 1. Cameron nudges it towards point for 1. As Rizzi picks that and hits it over cow corner for a big 6. Very much needed that, Mother.
Yes, indeed, Happy. Boundaries are needed. You can't win this game without boundaries. Still need another 85 from 7.1 overs. So that without 6, the asking rate is just dropped below 12.
And that's another one. I feel it was close to that on the boundary, dived for it, but wasn't in reach. And 2 consecutive 6s by the captain.
This is under pressure a little bit, but still more to be done. Another 79 from 7 overs. So definitely those 2 6s have eased the pressure on the required run rate.
So Abdullah goes for 17 in his first over. Will the captain give him another one, or will he go back to his pace attack? As Saeed gets another one.
So at this stage, after 13 overs, Svanholm were 90 for 3. But this one come together now, slowly building up this Skanderborg innings.
As Cameron goes long, and that's a long 6 over long on, so 3 6s on the plot here. Cameron joins the party. The spinners are drawing the distance here. Sanditry needed of 6.5. Strike to point, and again, maybe we see the shorter ball turning away from the wicket, just stops into the wicket, and the batters go for the pull, cut shot, straight to the hand of the fielder at point region. So after 3 6s, the wicket falls.
Quite disappointed there with that shot. They had things going for them.
Just as you thought that the momentum was going to change. 2 6s from Rizwan in the last over. 6 first ball by Kaman. He gives away his wicket, and in comes Umar Hayat.
So in comes Omar, quite an experienced batter there. He's been in similar situations before for Skanderborg. He's played many good innings in both formats, T20 and also in the longer version of the game.
So he's actually opened the inning for Skanderborg this year in the T20s until they decided to replace him with Zishan. Cuts that straight to cover for Note. Goes for a big slot. Underedges it towards 45. No run there. So we had 3 sixes on a trot and 3 dot balls on a trot with a wicket in it.
Big swing and a miss there.
It's a full ball played towards middle, long off for 1. And Svanholm rushing through the field here. As the equation says, 72 of 6 with 4 wickets in hand. This one holds the key here for me. You gotta do the majority of the runs here.
This is still doable, I feel, for Skanderborg. Just that they need to play with a cool mind. Must have given to Omar. Current run rate for Skanderborg is just over 5. Pressure slowly building up for these guys for Skanderborg.
As Omar hits that towards Carl and gets 4 runs. Hits the gap between deep square leg and Carl corner and pulled it in the gap for 4. Just the start they needed for the over.
It's a good start. Let's hope that they keep the momentum. A couple of more boundaries as well.
Slow one. Play towards point for 1. Big swing and a miss by this one.
Slower one again.
Omar cuts this one for 1 towards the offside sweeper.
Didn't really connect with that, but nevertheless 1-1.
So once again, Skanderborg getting a boundary on the first ball and then converting it into a big over. Still 1 ball to go. Yes, Rizwan doesn't connect with that one. And with 5 overs to go, the asking rate is 13. Skanderborg needs 65 to win from here. Said's done with his 4 overs.
This is Jonas to Omar. Swing and is there.
Slow one back of hand.
Well, when we look at it from here, you can see that Omar wants to hit big. He's already sort of halfway or sort of committing into a shot, and he's not able to follow it through. So that the last ball there nearly missed his stumps. Got that bottom edge, but luckily away from the stumps.
Finally gets it away from one towards cover.
That brings this round back on spike.
So captain, we captain.
That's
massive. Connected.
Out of the park.
He picked up the slow one and dispatched it over the cow boundary for a big 6. Much needed 6 that. I come back to everybody was that. Gone for 7 in this one, needs to close this one off. Bowling it way outside off, not down into the arc of his runs. Very strong towards cow corner. And again. So clever bowling that, closing it off with 2 dot balls.
Just the 7 coming of that over. It's going to go 86 for 6. Need another 58 from the last 4. The required run rate now creeping up to nearly 15. Omar is on 8. Rizwan's on 38. 16 overs. Svanholm 111. Mr. Keane continues. No, sorry, it's Maurice. Coming in from the back end.
So much charges down the wicket. Doesn't connect. Maybe he's better off just giving the single to Rizwan.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the conversation happening at this moment.
We'll take the strike, give the strike to Rizwan, and then he's the batter in form at least. Or the batter who's been inside longer. As each ball counts here now.
Rizwan gets on strike. So the bowler who should be trying to replicate what Jonas did, ball it outside off.
He's got two fielders in the deep on the fence, so likely
He goes slow and outside off, way too wide, and skip it wide. But I like the thought process here. Beautifully bowled. Only manages to get a single. Quick fielding done by Musa at low on.
that brings Zono back on strike. Omar is 9 from 12.
Gets that strike to cover. Happy to concede a single as well on. That's nicely played by Rizwan towards the deep point boundary. Brilliant fielding out there. And manages to get two. So 2 runs by his team there.
It's well fielded.
Gets the single to take the strike from next over. So Roger, with 3 overs to go, 51 required. That's a gigantic task. I know Skanderborg's played ECL, so they're used to chasing 50 off 3. But that's totally different circumstances. Cement wicket, small boundaries. This is totally another task.
Definitely. So another 51 from 18 balls. That's 17 runs per over if they want to get to win this game. So Jonas from the commentary box into Rizwan.
Full toss not given by the umpire as a no ball for height. Rizwan just asking the question. That looked high. Looked above waist height.
A conversation between Rizwan and the umpire.
Slow one out to the fielder. A deep square leg for another single.
So Rizwan is 7 runs short of a 50. That'll be a milestone in today's game at least.
That's nicely bowled by Jonas. You can see Rizwan has just changed his stand. He's standing on the off stump, covering all the stump. With the wind towards the leg side. And for every dot, every ball is not a boundary, the asking run rate will just creep up. Again, he lashes onto that one, gets a good connection for 4. Much needed boundary that for his run, and it's going to be. So with that boundary comes the field change. The deep square leg has been brought in and the backward deep point has been appointed. So you can definitely see what's the poise here. Ball it outside off.
This one moves on to 47.
Rizwan tries to pick the gap, doesn't connect.
Sort of a strong offside field. Somebody in cow corner. A lot of open field on the leg side.
And again, Rizwan was happy getting the single there, maintaining the strike. So 44 of 12.
22 and over. A flutter of boundaries needed now if they still want to stay in this game.
So Moyes to bowl the second last over. 3 overs, 2 for 14.
This one taking his time there.
You see the same feel has been given to Moyes, the deep backward point, sweeper cover, long off, long on and cow. Bowl it outside the off stump. That's the plan. Which I think Rizwan knows now. He's refusing to take the singles now. He knows he has to be the man to take Skanderborg towards the finals tomorrow at 1:30 here in Gloucester. KB secured the spot this day.
That was a good game. KB versus Gloucester. I think they played quite sensibly. KB to get their position in the final.
And he's picked the bones of that one.
That brings up his 50.
So that's the first he gets on the second ball after refusing the single on the first ball. It's a half tracker. Has to be hit, that one.
Still another 38 needed.
even that, even longer. Pick the bones out of that one, over long on. So 2 on the trot, more under pressure here.
Three balls left in this over.
Full outside off to the sweeper cover fielder as well, refuses the single.
From 8 balls.
Charges that.
The fielder no run. Three dot balls.
Takes the single off the last ball. Leaves him with 31 to get in the last over.
So that's 5 sixes and a single.
Well, to be honest, I think it was last week here in Gloucester, Sebastian Heath took 34 off an over. 5 sixes and a 4, so it's possible.
Definitely possible.
But it would require something. Ballard back for the last over, 3 over 7 runs.
It's been a very good spell from this young man. He's having a little chat with Bilal.
I think he's just asking him not to be getting hit for 6 sixes.
All the fielders on the boundary, on the offside. So Bilal is probably going to make Rizwan hit the ball in the air.
He's missed that. And with that, so we have to praise Svanholm for this second inning. We all felt they were under par, but their bowling, well-disciplined bowling and fielding have in the end made them win this game pretty easily and comfortably. So you have to give credit where credit's due.
Definitely. I think as we discussed at the break, Swanholm a couple of runs short. I think they've made it up with very good bowling and fielding as well.
So it sets up the game for tomorrow. It's going to be Skanderborg versus Gloucester in the early game for the third spot. And then the final, the arch rivals, KB versus Svanholm.
Definitely.
Who are you tipping, Megan, for tomorrow to become champions?
KB have never done it. I mean, they've never been in a final in a long time. And they played quite sensibly today. That should be taken.
And it is in the second attempt. at the cow corner boundary. So Rizvan's inning comes to around 62 in Wayne for the captain. Yeah, agree. KB not yet been crowned as T20 champions.
They've tried many years. I mean, even when you played with KB, we had probably one of the strongest teams that the club had in a very long time. We never got. KB has won the 50 over championship, but never been successful on the T20 side. But Svanholm is also good. It's definitely a very strong and talented unit. So that I think they evenly plays. It's more about how you're going to play the game sensibly, rather throwing the wickets away. You just need to focus on the game. So based on the years that you played at Skanderborg, do you think that they're missing you?
To be honest, I don't think so. I think the squad that played today is the strongest squad they played with the whole year. The approach in the batting was a bit too reckless, I think. They lost Nikolai pretty early and it just felt like it was a shock to everyone. But still, as you mentioned previously, there was actually a reasonable chase. You only needed 7.2 and over. But they made it too difficult for themselves, losing 4 or 5 wickets within the power play, which has resulted in that the defending champions are out of this tournament. And Svanholm will go into the final tomorrow versus KB. And it's very hard to describe who's going to be the favourites, because halfway through this game it looked like Skanderborg were heavy favourites, but the way Svanholm just pegged it all back just shows the character of these guys.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting tomorrow in the toss. What are we going to do? Because both teams chasing today lost 4 or 5 wickets within the power play. So is the go-to to bat first, put up a target and defend it, or do you want to bat first, just like KB did, score 200 plus and literally just play the opposition out of the game? All those questions will be answered tomorrow. At first, we'll have the game between Gloucester and Skanderborg.
That's also going to be quite a game.
It's going to be interesting. Gloucester needs to show up with a different mentality tomorrow. After a heavy defeat, the batting didn't click. The bowlers did a pretty decent job in the first 10 overs, and then everything just got shattered. And the same for Skanderborg. Their batting didn't click. So it's going to be an interesting matchup tomorrow for these two teams, and also into the finals. Look forward to that. Later.
Yes, and so the game tomorrow.
I think it's a 10 o'clock start for the first game and 1:30, 1:30 for the second.
Exactly. But so far, today, two great games. And definitely has been...
yes, we see a very happy Alan Farm walking right in front of us. Even Alan Farm told me at the innings break that Swanholm was 15 short. So I wasn't the only one saying that, and you weren't the only one saying that. Even the Swanholm legend said that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the match summary there. Svanholm are through to the final. They made 143 in 20 overs, and Skanderborg falling short by 26. Half century from the skipper, Rizvan, but that wasn't sufficient to get them through. So we're slowly drawing to the close of the coverage here from the Cricket Club. It's been a good day of cricket, and I want to thank you, Afi, for coming around and participating in the comms. Hopefully I get to see you tomorrow as well.
Oh, surely I'll be here. going to miss out on 2 fantastic games ahead of us. It's been a pleasure to commentate with you, Maju. I always wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's quite.
Now I've actually ticked it off. So I hope the viewers liked it, and we'll see everyone tomorrow.
Thank you so much for joining us around the world for today. Take care and have a nice afternoon and evening wherever you are.